It was only this week that Noel Edmonds, still at the height of his powers, was busily displaying his unique comedic gifts, making hilarious gestures and covering members of the public in pink gunk. Born Noel Edmonds, Noel Edmonds started his career by entertaining children. Then, due to a scheduling error in the early 80s, his infantile shows began to be transmitted in an adult time slot. With his streaked hair, his common touch, and his smug, self-assured manner.
Hello, what's your name? Hello, Jackie.
Edmonds was a family entertainer who never resorted to smutty schoolboy innuendo.
And we all know how important it is to have your ghoulies comfortable. Somebody's fiddling with my knob.
Some saw him as a stinking, slimy, down-market local rep from a package holiday firm. His critics were less kind. They claimed that he suffered from little man problem and was living proof of the truth of the basic TV theorem: the smaller the presenter's stature, the bigger the ego. Perhaps it was the shortness of his legs that explained the mystery of Edmonds' pointless running about the studio. Some said it was simply another way of drawing attention to himself. Others wondered why he didn't just set off a few seconds earlier and just walk around like a normal person. But Edmonds was no normal person. Right up to his death this week, Edmonds, a sensitive man who refused to endorse products which might ordinarily have been useful to him, never courted publicity. But Noel Edmonds' life was clouded by tragedy. Luckily, always other people's tragedies, never his. In his desire to tickle the nation's funny bone, an untrained member of the public has, in the past, ended up breaking every bone in his body, while attempting to perform what proved to be a lethal stunt for Mr. Edmonds' programme. However, in recent years, the BBC insisted that such dangerous stunts must be avoided on his show, so instead, as in his last show, broadcast just a few months ago, Noel would simply spin and hurl members of the public around the studio, an intensely amusing idea that raised only the far safer dangers of dislocation, fracture and concussion. But it is as a 50-year-old man playing schoolboy practical jokes for which he'll be best remembered. Indeed, the manner of his death was so bizarre, many thought it was a practical joke. Edmonds had become so thoroughly slimy that eventually, live on camera, he spontaneously oleaginated and turned into a massive oil slick that was accidentally released into the ocean, causing ecological havoc amongst seabirds and animals in the vicinity. An undignified end to the career of one of the brightest stars in the televisual firmament. He leaves £50 million and no friends. Noel Edmonds, who died yesterday.